I'm asking again for the people who distorted the facts around this issue for political gain to publicly apologize to our staff. I would settle for a private apology.
I mean, I think Iowans deserve an apology. I mean, this clearly is something that we, as a state government enterprise, have not handled as good as it should have been handled.
Getting some clarification tonight after a misallocation of funds in Iowa's judicial system. A lot of finger pointing over the last few months between the state auditor's office, Republican leaders, and the Department of Management after some court fees didn't go where they were supposed to go and some state funds were short of what they were owed. Rob Sand says he hasn't been able to do much about this because Republican-led legislation has limited his powers over the last few years as the lone Democrat in a state-elected office. Iowa's News Now State House reporter Skylar Talal is digging into the new developments tonight.
Iowa Auditor Rob Sand reports almost $28 million in court fees were misallocated due to a coding error that put the money in Iowa's general fund instead of 7 separate state funds.
None of the programs that were shorted ever actually ran out of money, and all were able to operate with the same amount of funds that the legislature had intended on an annual basis.
GOP House Speaker Pat Grassley and Iowa Department of Management Director Craig Paulson have questioned Sand for not digging into or reporting the issue sooner. But Sand says audit information is confidential until the report is released and that he couldn't look at the numbers until the judicial branch gave him the documents.
While others have been pushing politics as usual, wasting your time and money, we, in fact, in the auditor's office have just been doing our jobs.
Emails indicate the Department of Management was one of the first to realize the issue, but Paulson says they didn't know how big of a problem it actually was. And while he acknowledges the judicial branch should have notified them and legislative leaders earlier, he believes Sand should have addressed the problem sooner, too.
Regardless, Auditor Sand seems to defend his lack of action from his office's first notice of this issue in October 22 until late 2024, which is roughly 26 months, based on the assertion that his office doesn't have the ability to audit computer code.
The judicial branch says the problem's been corrected going forward, but Paulson says a deeper audit is still needed, and it's unclear if the money can be reallocated to the right place now.
Is that something that you think could happen, that money that was misallocated could be reallocated back to where it was supposed to go?
But everything fiscal year 24 and earlier has already been closed, and so we do not have the authority to fix that, nor do the courts have the authority to fix it. That would require the General Assembly to weigh in.
In Des Moines, Skylar Talal reporting.